Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for this Sunday, July 15th. We have significant fire potential impacts starting with today with lightning on the drier side across northwestern Nevada into parts of southwestern Idaho. This will spread further north and east on Monday, and on the periphery, both eastwards and southwards, there'll be widespread lightning, but more of the wetter variety, and some leftover wetter lightning or a mix further south and east on Tuesday. Looking at the past 24 hours, we've had significant precipitation again across our southern areas. The green indicates over an inch of precipitation. The blue shades a quarter to a half inch, much lighter amounts to the north. And these are a bit overstated because their radar estimated doesn't always reach the ground. Lightning over the past 24 hours across the southern third or half of the geographic area, but notice this area of lightning blossoming here in the yellow across northern California. That has all occurred this morning. This is the area here in northern California that will be swinging into parts of northern Nevada and southern Idaho over the next 12 to 24 hours. Current fire activity, new fires in the red, recent existing fires in the yellow. Observed precipitation over the past 14 days shows how wet we've been across the southern eastern areas, those green areas, half inch to an inch of rainfall, areas in yellow over an inch and a half, but notice how dry things are across northwestern Nevada, southern Idaho. No rain there for the last 2 weeks. That is significant because that is where we're expecting the lightning. And notice the fuels. The focus has shifted from southern Utah and Arizona Strip areas to northwestern Nevada and into southern Idaho. We see some stations already pushing the 80th to close to the 90th percentile. 100-hour fuels are well below normal, so lightning ignitions in these areas will indeed be a problem. Satellite imagery with upper-level maps and lightning superimposed. You can see this area here blossoming in northeastern California, and the little green slashes you see there is actually lightning that's ongoing, and this activity is moving northwards. It'll start shifting to the east as we go through the afternoon hours. So for later today, here's our upper level map. You can see areas in green here into parts of southern Oregon and pushing into northern Nevada and into southern Idaho, and actually anywhere in this black area between these two areas we do expect to see lightning, so we have issued high risk for those areas in northern Nevada and southwest Idaho. Coincides with the similar advisories issued in the Pacific Northwest and in northern California. Precipitation, here it is here across northwestern Nevada, and these little pin drops through here is what we're concerned about. These are dry lightning signatures on the weather map. Not much rain expected to reach the ground through here. Winds fairly light, except these purple shades are outflow boundary gusts with thunderstorms. Now on Monday, this area in green here expands into northeastern Nevada, into a better portion of southern and central Idaho. So we've issued high risk for lightning for these areas as well as sneaking into northwest Utah, probably late in the day. So another widespread lightning day with ignitions likely on Monday. Here's a precipitation map. These green shades indicate somewhere of a low-end wetting rain, about 1/10 to 1/4 inch, but a little bit overdone in the models. A lot of the lightning will occur with very minimal precipitation. Winds will be not overly strong, but out of the west-northwest at 5 to 15 miles per hour in most areas. And then Tuesday, lingering moisture starts shifting to the east and south. High pressure builds in. No high risk issued. We will see some additional lightning, however, in some spots in northern Utah and maybe on the wetter side across the higher terrain of Idaho and Wyoming. But in areas that did receive recent lightning, winds will be out of the west at maybe 15 to 20 miles an hour, maybe gusting to 25 or so in southeastern Idaho. So some of those ignitions could get a good wind push early next week. Precipitation over the next 3 days, not too much. This first shade indicates just a 100th to less than 1/10 of an inch. Darker green shade could be locally an inch to 1/4 of an inch, which would be a wetting rain, but most areas will not see a wetting rain. Further down the road, high pressure builds in on Wednesday. Drier air given by this orange shading across the Pacific Northwest, moving into northwestern Nevada. Could be some more thunderstorms popping up in these green areas across central Nevada and southern Utah on Thursday. And that lightning shifts a bit further northwards along the Nevada-Utah border as we go into Friday and Saturday as well. Some of this may be on the wetter side, but again, in areas that aren't covered by these lightning areas, It'll remain hot and relatively dry, given by the dryness levels on our right-hand side. Precipitation over the next 7 days, heaviest amounts will be across the higher terrain of Utah and maybe in some spots in east central Nevada. Otherwise, not too much in the way of wetting rains across the area. 8 to 14 day outlook, much above normal temperatures, and a slight signal of above normal precip across Nevada and Utah, drier towards Idaho, where our fire concerns will probably magnify as we go into the latter portion of July. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.